Hey guys, what's up? bLOckOus here, and we're starting episode 1 of my Create Mod Survival Let's Play series on MechaniCrafters. And if you don't know what that is, it's a Create Mod SMP that I play on with 6 other content creators. And we plan to give you a great experience by collaborating on the server. You can find the links to all my MechaniCrafters neighbors in the description below. And just as I expected, after the normal process of punching some wood, getting some food and some stone, I began to die over and over. And since I didn't want that to be the theme of episode 1, I released episode 0 as a short teaser, and I have the real first episode here in this video. Today I mainly want to get some basic resources that I can use, and then craft some create mod pieces so that I can get started with the fun parts. And lucky for me, and you as well, my good neighbor Rocket14 gave me a quick one-on-one create mod tutorial that will help speed up my progress in survival by a lot. Now for starters, I'd like to craft some water wheels, a bunch of gearboxes and shafts, a millstone, a mechanical mixer, a mechanical press, and probably a bunch of other things that I'm forgetting. But these are the main things that I want for today. I do have a bunch of andesite from my first day here, but I barely have any iron, so I'm pretty sure there will be a good deal of mining in today's video. And if there's still some time left after that, I'll hopefully start working on remodeling my house and improving my storage situation. Because to be quite honest with you, I'm really not liking the spruce chests. So I'm gonna try to find some oak and bring it back to my backyard. And for that, I'm planning to use a sweet Create Mod mining tip by my other good neighbor Ash, whose link you can also find in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started on today's episode. Okay, so first things first, it looks pretty grim and rainy outside, so it's probably a good time for some indoor activity. So let's take a look at what I managed to gather so far. And there isn't really much to see here. My berry farm managed to catch 2 trader llamas, and that's where I got the leather from, which is the most interesting thing here. And this chest is where I keep my valuables, and as you can see, I don't really have much here. I have 4 diamonds and a bunch of redstone. But you know what? With 21 iron and the andesite I have on me, I might actually be able to get some create stuff done a lot sooner than I thought. I have just enough items installed so I can look up any recipe and take a look. It only takes 2 iron nuggets and 2 andesite blocks for a single andesite alloy. So that's not much at all, and we can get nuggets just by putting an iron ingot in the crafting table. After that, I'd like to see how to craft a millstone, because once I get the millstone crafted, I can do a whole bunch of things that save time and resources. And the other cool thing about just enough items is that I can click on any contraption here and it'll show me a number of ways to use it. Some items have a lot of different ways to use them, and this is a great place to start learning about them. Okay, so I'll start by making some iron nuggets, and what's next? Oh, I need some andesite alloy, and I'll use the recipe book because I'm gonna need a bunch of these. Okay, it turned out that I was a bit short on wooden planks, so I had to come out and mine. And it's the middle of the night, so I'm hoping I don't run into a creeper at this very moment, because that's the worst thing that could happen. And obviously this is a sign of bad planning on my part, but luckily I live in the middle of a dense forest, so this isn't a huge deal. Now let's get settled back into our warm house and start working on the cogwheels. Let's start by crafting a bunch of spruce buttons, and these can be any type of wooden button you'd like them to be. They don't have to be spruce. Now let me look up the recipe for cogwheels real quick. I see we just need some planks and some buttons and a single andesite alloy. So now I can actually craft some cogwheels. This is nice, it's finally starting. And now I'll just need to craft some wooden slabs, and I'm good to craft that water wheel and finally get some rotational power. Let's go! And now that we have a source of energy, I'm just gonna need a water bucket, some shafts, and probably a few gearboxes so I can comfortably relay the rotation to my machinery. And it looks like to craft a gearbox, we're gonna need 4 small cogwheels and an andesite casing, and that requires some planks, logs, and andesite alloy. And as usual, it looks like I'm gonna need a bunch of extra logs to do this, so let's jump outside and grab a few spruce logs. Now you may have noticed that I'm living off of berries. Here's a moment of honesty. Whenever I get into a brand new survival world, I'm a bit overwhelmed by everything I need to do and usually die a lot before I can eat and mine comfortably. So for the last few days I've been eating these foul berries, which seem to grow pretty fast, so I'm really not complaining. I do get hurt almost every time I walk around them, and sometimes when I try to eat them and accidentally plant them. But they're proving very practical right now. And I'm also pretty sure that I'll have some automated farms that make me food soon, and eventually there will be more food than anyone can eat. Which is why I'm not bothering with that at this very moment. Now, as I said, I do plan to start at least a tiny farm today, probably a wheat farm, but my main goal is to make some progress with Create Mod, so we're gonna be sticking to that for now. And now that I've gotten some extra logs, I believe I have everything I need to craft some andesite casings and then some gearboxes. First I'll make some planks, and it appears that these go into all of the basic Create Mod recipes, so it makes it extra important to gather a bunch of wood early on in the game, especially if your spawn area doesn't have too much trees. So now that I finally have my gearboxes and everything, let's check real quick what it takes to get a mechanical mixer, which would bring me pretty close to finishing my starter machine setup. Okay, so it looks like the whisk is the only thing that we don't have, and to craft it, it looks like I'll need a bunch of iron sheets, which I can only make with a mechanical press. So that will have to be crafted before the mixer. And the only thing I need in order to make the press is an iron block, and I think that I have enough iron for that, so let's get our press going. Alright, so it looks like I can also go ahead and craft a millstone right away. Hopefully I can still craft a mechanical press too. And now let me check. Yeah, it looks like I can craft my mechanical press without any issues. Oh wait, it looks like I may have run out of andesite casings, so let's go ahead and craft a bunch of these again. And now we're definitely good to go. I'm absolutely ready to go ahead and do some create stuff, and since my house looks pretty simple on the outside, I'm gonna build my create stuff on the roof to give it a little bit more of a create feel. I know that it won't be close to anything my neighbors did, but hopefully we'll get there sometime soon. Okay, I can't believe I'm finally placing down these water wheels. This is quite a big moment for me. And now I'm gonna add a bunch of shafts to leave some room for adding extra water wheels down the road. I don't want to bog it down and not be able to expand at all. And now I can connect the mechanical press here, and it should work as soon as the wheels start spinning. And now I'd like to attach 3 gearboxes here so that I can put the millstone on top of the third one. I know that the millstone can run with a cogwheel, but I can't think of a way to do that right now without spending too much resources, so let's go ahead and craft a vertical gearbox, which only requires a regular gearbox. Simply putting it in the crafting table will switch the direction, so that's gonna be free. So now let's go ahead and connect these 3 gearboxes. I have one vertical gearbox on top and then another one under it, and finally one sticking out of the side so that the millstone can just sit on top. And now that this is all set up, I'm just gonna need to rotate my water wheels and I'll be good to go. So let's make a placeholder structure here so that I can put some water into the system. But once I get it spinning, I'll replace these blocks with glass so it doesn't look so bad. Okay, so we're placing water here to get the first water wheel spinning. And now I'm gonna run down and grab another bucket of water from the lake since I'm not nearly rich enough to own 2 buckets. And to be honest with you, I didn't really think I'd get to the water wheel this quickly, so I might actually still go for a mining trip today and get enough material for a basin and a mechanical mixer. This way I'll pretty much have most things I need completed. And now that water is rotating both wheels, let me finish replacing these blocks with glass, and then I'll build a little barrier on the floor to stop the water from going everywhere. And now it's time to give this mechanical press a quick test. I'll go ahead and toss 1 iron ingot down there and see what happens. And it looks like it works. And we've made the advancement, press goes bunk. What do you know? And now that this little create factory is running, I think it's time for another mining trip. I mean, I really want a lot of iron and andesite, but I'd also love it if I can get some diamonds. But who wouldn't? And now I actually have a shield and a nice diamond pickaxe, so I'm hoping things will go better this time. Now, unfortunately, my iron was just short of being enough for shoes when I crafted my armor, and I think I'm in the same boat now. But I say life is too short, let's go out and mine. On my first day on the server, I found a big cave under the spawn area and began to explore it. And when I built a house, it ended up exactly above that cave, so I ended up finding a lot of cool stuff and then losing all of them because I kept dying and I definitely was not ready for caves. So today I plan to cut across and keep going down all the way to bedrock, keeping my mineshaft safe, so I can mine in peace at any Y level. And if I see any really enticing caves along the way, I'll try to quickly get what I see and leave quickly until I get better at fighting. I really can't wait for that extendo grip, which is amazing for fights. But honestly, all I really need is a set of diamond armor and a diamond sword, and I'll probably be pretty good to go into any cave I want. Okay, so I know I said no caves, but I found this really nice looking cave with a bunch of resources, so I'm just gonna drop a few torches so that next time I come here the cave would be a bit safer. And I'll place a bunch of torches on the other side too, just so I make sure everything is lit. I'm seeing so many resources here, but I feel like this place is a little bit dangerous. I mean, I'm starting to hear noises and I see some mobs in the edge of my eye, so I really have to get out of here now. The skeleton is trying to get me, and I believe there's... oh god, there's a creeper. There's a creeper. I really have to get out. Oh my god. Oh god, this is bad. I just lost so many things. No, I had so much iron and copper on me, I really have to get my stuff back, so I'm definitely not giving up. Okay, so I'm definitely not giving up, and I don't have any spare armor or weapons on me, so I'm just gonna run for it. Luckily, I stuck to my plan of digging a straight mineshaft, so I'll be able to get back to where I died pretty quickly. So I'm gonna sprint through here as fast as I can and hope for the best. And I do know that half my viewers are currently looking away while the other half is shaking their head, but it is what it is. Okay, here we are, and I think my stuff are up here, so let me just grab everything and run away. Oh god, that zombie would just not give up. And I'm dead again. But I can't give up either. I've been mining for quite a while and I will not let go of my loot for a stupid zombie. So let's run for it again and see what happens. Okay, did this zombie take my armor and use it? Is that even possible? And I'm super worried now because I'm fighting this guy with a golden pickaxe that's running out super fast. Oh god, I hear another zombie behind me. I think I'm gonna die for sure. Okay, no, maybe I can run away. And I'm lost. I don't know where my entrance was. Wow. And now I'm dead again. But I think my stuff fell really close to the cave entrance, so hopefully this time it works. Okay, I got my stuff. I finally got my stuff. And I hear the skeleton out there, so I better sprint back to my base and not look back. This has definitely been quite embarrassing. But at least I didn't lose my stuff. I've got some gold, a whole stack of iron ore, and a bunch of good stuff. I did lose my armor, but all in all, I'd say this mining trip was a success, and I can at least go ahead and finish building my mechanical mixer setup now. And now that I've gotten all my items back, I'm really ready to go home, smelt this iron, and start crafting some more create items. So first I'd like to craft a fan to get a little washing station going, and it seems like the propeller is the only thing we're missing. And these are pretty easy to craft, we just need to press some iron and we'll be good to go. And now that I have my pressed iron, I can run downstairs and craft my fan. I'd like to use the fan to set it up somewhere in the system upstairs so that it works as a washing station. I'm not gonna use it to generate power at the moment, but it's good to know that fans are really cheap and easy to craft because I'm probably gonna have some fan-powered contraptions at some point. And I think the best place to put the fan is right here, so it rotates right away and I don't need to add any gearboxes or anything like that. And I can break the barrier here so that the water reaches the fan. The direction of the fan itself doesn't matter. As long as the air is going through the water, it will wash anything that's placed here. So I'm just gonna fix these sides right here to make sure that everything is organized and looking nice up here. Next, I'd like to craft a basin, which is pretty easy to craft. We just need 5 andesite alloys and we'll get our basin. So it's one of the cheapest things out there. And now it's time to craft the mechanical mixer. Since the whisk is ready, we just need to grab some andesite casings and we will be good to go. So now I've finally got everything. Let's go upstairs and hook everything up to our water wheels. Let me see. I'd like to have the mixer set up inside the house instead of up here, so I might have to open a hole here. Let me take a minute to think of this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went a little bit overboard and finished this. This is all set up and I had the rotation come down through the roof, so my mixer sits right here above the crafting table, and now I can mix what I want without having to endure the weather outside. And now, in preparation for the last part of today's video, I'll be mining some trees using Ash's really cool method of having a mechanical saw and a hand crank. This way you don't have to worry about leaving anything behind since the saw completely destroys the tree for you. I'll also go ahead and plant some wheat here so at least I meet my goal of creating a tiny farm. But this is not the last part of this video. I really want to do some work on my house and storage, so I'll go in there once I'm done farming to see what I can accomplish today. And now it's finally time to redecorate and improve my storage. These spruce chests have been a nightmare and I'm ready to make some normal looking oak chests and put some item frame labels on them. Luckily, my berries have regularly been trapping traders and trader llamas, which means that now I have a bunch of leather I can use for item frames. And since this process is going to have a lot of breaking and re-breaking of blocks, I'm going to go think about it and work on it for a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I decided to have all my chests lined up here in 3 columns like this, and I've had to mine a bunch of trees to make all of these chests. So once I finished these, I realized that my favorite part about Minecraft survival is to have some crazy, well-organized storage system. So that will hopefully be an ongoing theme for future episodes. But as I was working on the chests, I couldn't help but reorganize the structure of my entire house. I increased the height of the ceiling and made this room bigger and taller. I also started the 2nd floor and built what looks like a balcony up there, but I'm not sure what it is yet. All in all, I think this is much better, but it's still definitely a work in progress. We'll get some windmills and other cool looking features in the next episode, but I'm honestly quite surprised that I've achieved this much so far. So this brings me to the end of this episode. I will be making more videos like this and trying to make a lot more progress with Create Mod on MechaniCrafters, and also continue to make my regular tutorials and Redstone videos. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see my future videos. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.